Hey everybody, Kashtuk Bowcraft here. What I'm going to do is I've created another video on how to string and prepare a Kashtuk Longbow for the day's shoot, or if you're going to go hunting or whatever. As in my previous video, the other video was okay, but it was outside, it was kind of noisy. And there was a couple of other things that I thought of that I didn't think of when I made that other video. So hopefully this video will be a little bit more complete, and you can get a better idea of what I'm trying to get across as far as how to string and prepare a hickory longbow. Now, these bows here, these are all wood bows, just made from a single piece of hickory. I do have a handle glued on, and then I've got a backing on here. This bow I just happened to have finished making, but there's no fiberglass or any composite materials or any laminated limbs or anything like that. It's just basically just a piece of wood. And because of that, you got to be a little bit more careful with the way you handle this thing while you're using it. For one thing, when you store your bow, it should be on its back so that the limbs will, you don't want to bend it or lean it up against the wall for very long, because one of the limbs, or the bottom limb, will bend a little bit more than it was designed to, and it'll give you a string follow on the limb. The way you want to store it is either flat like this, or you want to hang it from the string and just hang it on the wall like this, so there's no weight on the bottom of the limb. And then, of course, you want to rub it down with a linseed oil or any kind of sealant to keep the wood sealed against moisture, or any other, like if you're out in the rain or whatever. So the way you would string a Kashtuk longbow is what they would refer to as the push-pull method. And that is basically not setting the tip on the floor, but just wedging it on the instep of your foot, grabbing the handle, and you're going to be pulling up and pushing down on the tip at the same time. So, just like that. Okay, and if you're going to unstring the bow, then you just stick your finger in the loop right here, flip it over the nock, and then let it come back naturally. There are some people who will put the bow in between their legs like this and have the string and put it over the nock this way, which is not a good idea, because it'll bend the bow in a way that it was not trained to bend. What you want to try to do is to bend the bow in a manner in which, if you were to draw it, it would bend in the same manner. So basically what we're doing, we're drawing the bow backwards by doing it this way, and you're allowing the limbs to bend the way the bow was actually designed to bend, instead of putting too much pressure on one limb or the other to string it. So there again, that's the way you would string a bow. Again, you would put it on the instep of your foot, push and pull, and just like that. It's that easy to do. So it takes a little bit of practice to do it, but if you have one of my bows, this is the way that I would refer. There's like a little instruction sheet that comes with the bow, and this is the method that is referred to on the instruction sheet. You can also use a bowstring or two, but I don't make nor do I sell bowstringers, so this is the way that you do it. Also too, once you get your bow strung, and before you start shooting it, what you want to do is exercise the limbs, or what we would call, I guess, warming up the limbs. And I just basically do this, 20 to 30 times, so that the limbs and the fibers in the limbs will get stretched out, If you just take a bow, string it, especially on a cold day, and you just start shooting it, you may cause a splinter to come up and possibly crack the bow. So make sure that after you've strung the bow, you work the limbs back and forth, exercise the limbs, get them warmed up before you begin shooting. Once your limbs are exercised and you are now ready to shoot, the proper technique in shooting this bow is basically what they would refer to as snap shooting. Unlike traditional fiberglass back bows or laminated bows, you can hold those bows back and aim at your target and basically shoot whenever you're ready to shoot. With self bows and all wooden bows that don't have any kind of laminates or any kind of backing materials, the way you want to shoot this bow is you want to draw slowly and deliberately. You've got your arrow already pointed at your target. You're pulling back slowly and deliberately, and then as soon as you reach your anchor point, you're letting go. You don't want to hold your bow at full draw for very long when you're shooting a primitive type bow, because again, it'll strain the fibers, it'll put strain on the back, it'll lift the splinter, and then you can crack the bow. So you got to be really careful and understand and realize that this is just a piece of wood. So again, when you're shooting, we'll just take a practice shot here. You're just going to pull back slowly. You don't want to jerk the string back or pull it back very fast. You don't want to surprise the wood, as it were. You want to pull it back slowly with your bow arrow on the target, just like that. You're pulling it back, and as soon as you reach your anchor point, you're letting go. That would be the proper way of shooting a stick bow like this. In other words, you're going to pull it back as far as it's going to go, as far as it was designed to go, and when it's at its maximum, you're letting it go, because you want that spring action to propel that arrow toward the target. And it also keeps the bow from losing poundage when you don't allow it to be pulled back for a long period of time. So there you go. No doubt I probably left out a couple of things, but what I wanted to do was show you guys from start to finish pretty much how you string the bow, how you exercise the limbs, and most importantly, how you shoot them. Okay, so there you go. Kashtuk Bowcraft. Thanks for watching.